Hello, it's Katie here with Diynosaur Studios, and I wanted to share with you guys a little fabric haul from my most recent purchases. So I've had my eye on the Serendipity 2 collection for over a month now. It's been in my cart multiple times, and I found a seller on Etsy who had, I think, the entire collection, and so I purchased from her. Her name is SoJoFabrics, and this fabric is so pretty in person. So I got the little icons in cream, the strawberries, the icons in pink, the strawberries in navy or blue, I guess, and then this cheater print. I wanted to purchase all the fabrics, but I'm a girl on a budget. So these were my favorites. I figure I could fill the rest in with my stash. She sells by the half yard, so that's good for me because I'm actually trying to get away from purchasing in fat quarters, because apparently you really can't do a lot with fat quarters, in my opinion. So that's what I'm learning. So those are the 5 I picked for that. And then I purchased these 3 heart prints from Ruby Star. I actually am on the hunt for the teal one, and I already have the blue one. There's one more. It's an array of, I think, 6. And, oh, the orange hearts. And I just think they look so pretty together. I'll put a picture here. And so I got these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but with all 6 of them together, it'll be so pretty. I bought this fat quarter. She did have this. I'm guessing it's like a remnant. It was on sale from Ruby Star. This half yard from Trinketry. I am in love with this. This would make the most beautiful backing, but I don't have $60 to pay for a backing, so we'll go with the half yard. What made me finally press purchase was she got in Mystic Fable, and she had the panel, and I saw a quilt online, and I have to recreate it. I wasn't like in love with this collection, but this panel on that quilt, it has to be made. It just like instant, like, oh, I have to buy it. The only print I knew I was going to have to purchase from that line was this starry print. This, what is this? A wishing star, I guess, print. I knew I was going to have to buy this. There's 2 other colorways in this. I don't really like the darker colorway because you can't really see the star part very well. The blue's okay too, but I knew I needed this one. So I don't know if I'll end up purchasing more from this line, but I needed the panel because I can make the quilt I saw with just the panel and other fabric. So anyways, that's my haul from Etsy. And then my mom and I and my sister, we went on a quilt retreat to Shipshewana in Indiana. And if you've never heard of Shipshewana, it is actually an Amish community. They have other things there too, but it's a really small community, and they have several fabric stores in the area, and they have one specifically called Yoder's. It's a general store, and they actually sell pretty much everything you can think of, but they have a huge selection of fabric. I wish I had videotaped, but I just was so overwhelmed by everything they had. They actually have this huge, like, gigantic area of fabric, and then in the back they have another smaller fabric area, and that's where I purchased this fabric. It's like their designer fabric. In the other fabric area, they had like name brands. Don't get me wrong, but this back area had like Ruby Star, Tilda, some famous some famous batik brand that I don't know because I don't really care for batiks, and then Tulip Pink. Here's where I bought it from. So if you're ever in northern Indiana, you should go to Shipshewana. They have other quilt stores in the area too. But here's what I purchased. And it was all a couple dollars cheaper than what I would pay at other fabric stores. So that was the deal. They had several older collections. So I have decided that I need to purchase my fabric in larger quantities in fat quarters. And that way I can make quilts without having to make so many changes to the quilt. I can just use the collection, because I have a lot of collections that are just like fat quarters. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but anyways, I drew my eyes to these orangey, pink, yellowy colors. These are all Ruby Star collections. Some of them are older, but I think this was the first one that drew my eye. And so I got a half yard of each of these. And I think they all go together really well. These were all $11.99 a yard, so they were $6 for half a yard, which is like $1 cheaper than what I would pay otherwise. This one, I love this. And they had this one in a couple different colorways. It's from Animal Animal. They had several things from Animal Animal, and they had one jelly roll left. This came out when I was like kind of in my depressed era, so I didn't buy any fabric during that era. And I was so sad because these goldfish are so freaking cute, and I've not been able to really find them, especially in the orange colorway. Jelly rolls are the bane of my existence, but if it meant I could get my hands on the entire collection, it was gonna happen. So I bought the jelly roll, I unpackaged it, and then they had some yardage left, and so I figured I could buy a couple back quarters to go with this to supplement in case I need to. So I got the scallop, the sloths, 2 colorways of the goats, and the capybaras. So, oh, and this is going to be the background fabric for this. So whatever pattern I decide, this will be like the secondary color. I think it goes really well together. So I'm really happy. I spent way too much money, but I had a lot of fun. So I also wanted to share real quick the project I worked on when I was with my mom in Shipshewana. It's using this cat and dog Valentine's Day collection. It's so cute. I'll put the pattern here. I got it off Etsy the day I was leaving. This was, I purchased this. It was a cake, layer cake. So I needed something that I could cut up. And so this is what the blocks look like. And it's just going to be like a patchwork quilt. I actually made the quilt a little bit bigger. I added another row and a little bit of a bottom to make it bigger. And then I'm going to add borders around it. I think like a scallop border to make it wider. This is the fabric for the center of the hearts. So I have all of these blocks done. I think I'll use this as a border, and then I also purchased these 2 fabrics when I purchased that fabric a few months ago, and so I'm gonna try to work. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. I'm so happy, and yeah, that's my quilt haul.